Hello. How's it going? Just checking that everything is working. Right, looks like I'm tracking okay. Hope you guys are well today. I managed to fix some of my camera issues just by moving it a little bit more in front of me. So now it can actually see my mouth movements a little bit better. So I hope the tracking today is a little bit better than it has been for the past 2 or so days. But yeah, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Sorayne Lios, the Sentient Aurora VTuber. For those of you who are new, nice to meet you, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Today will be a little bit more of a quick one. I'm just going to be playing a little indie game that I saw that was in one of the recent Steam sales. It's called No Case Should Remain Unsolved, and I'm very keen to play it. I love mystery games, detective games, Danganronpa kind of vibes, Ace Attorney kind of vibes. I really like mysteries and trying to get to the bottom of it and making some predictions about who's who, what might be happening, and stuff like that. Today I'll be playing entirely in English. I won't be explaining any Japanese or anything like that. Not that I would know that much Japanese anyway. So this is purely for the story. So I'll be just talking through the story and the characters and whatever the game may bring entirely in English today. It will be a bit more of a quick one. I think I'm only going to stream for maybe an hour and a half or so. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So let me just get the game up. Hold on a second. See, it's brilliant. You can hear it, but you can't see it. And it's frustrating because I know for sure that it's there. So honestly, this might just be a stream of me yapping the whole fucking time, and no one wants that. Okay, so it's working. By the way, this is my VTube studio. This is what I use to make my VTuber move around. So hypothetically, this shit should be working. Steam's not working. Maybe if I do this. This is a sigh of someone who's given up, guys. Hold on. See, I was on time and everything too. Like, I really tried. Not very much, but you know. It's good to celebrate the little wins sometimes. Especially when you're as much of a failure in life as I am. Okay, we can't see it, that's fine. What happens if I turn this to full screen and apply? And that restarts the game, cool. I'm just gonna quit that. Capture any full screen application. Awesome. And then I'm going to reload the game in full screen and just see if that does anything. Because honestly, I'm kind of sick of this shit. Is it working? Is it working finally? I feel like it's a little bit loud. So I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay. Now we can actually start. I apologize for the scuff. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing, clearly, I'm just a failure. I'm just an Aurora failure, that's fine. I realised I was a jellyfish. I spent the past 70 years simply drifting through life, with no heading in particular. Blindly stinging everyone I encountered. Can you see it too? The people I tried to embrace, I only ended up hurting. Everywhere I went, I left nothing but ruin. So that's it. That's what I am. A jellyfish floating across the sea. I don't even remember why I once became a police detective. Look over there at that family, weeping for their lost child. Have I ever done anything to wipe away their tears? A police station is a crucible of pain and grief. So why did I choose to enter that institution? Why did I think I could somehow offer people solace and hope? Maybe I was simply being selfish. Maybe I became a detective just so I could belong somewhere. Sigh. I should stop now. I should stop wandering with nothing but regret on my lips. That's it then. The first good thing I'll ever have done for anyone. Everyone, I'm sorry for everything. Madam. Miss Jeon Ki-young. Who are you? Remember that little girl? Choi Seo-won? Choi Seo-won? Seo-won? The girl who went missing? That's right, ma'am. Do you know what happened to that girl you brought back? Thanks to you, her family found peace. Did their lives look ruined to you? The doctor says my mind is like an old library without an index. I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are. I see you're in uniform, so you couldn't be Seo-won's ghost. From the way you bring up my forgotten failure, I can only assume you're here to deliver judgment. Ma'am, I'm not here to judge you. I only want to tell you about the life you lived. Your Honor, you already know what happened. I never brought Seo-won home. The case ended the way her father, Choi Dong-jeon, wanted. She disappeared forever, completely out of her mother's reach. Leave that case unsolved? We can't do that, sir. #playground, #unsolved case. You mean we've already filed a missing persons case? Seo-won's officially registered as a missing person then. This is a guy, so I feel like I should do a guy voice. Then please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you. Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life somewhere. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did and vanished. That's all. A perfect crime with no witnesses, no suspects. So please leave this case unsolved. I'll do anything, please. I beg of you. So that's how you remember it. Is she an old lady? Or like, kind of middle-aged maybe? Because I could give her an old lady voice, but then I feel like that's kind of not appropriate for the character. So I reckon I'm just gonna talk normally for these two. This was the last case I took before I resigned from the missing persons team. See how relieved I looked after what Choi Yong-gon said? That man knew. If we wanted to close the case and move on, we needed a good excuse. That my refusal was only customary, a front to cover up my cowardice. Ma'am, history is that certainty produced at the point where the imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. What do you mean? It means you don't get it. Can you remember the beginning and the end of that case? Let me help you weave together the threads connecting the start to the finish. I think Seo-won's mother called me to report the girl missing. Yes, I remember now. She said Seo-won disappeared from the playground. Calm down, ma'am. Who am I speaking to again? #playground, #doorbell. Detective Jung Kyun. Yes? Do you remember me? You came to check on Seo-won the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember. Detective, I'm scared. Please hurry. She's gone. Seo-won is gone. She was just at the playground. When did you last see her at the playground? #time, #gone alone. Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. Detective, she disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere a 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. You're turning yourself in? Hashtag playground, hashtag surrender. Ex-English teacher. Yes, I'd like to surrender to the police. I am responsible. A little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she? 3 days ago? She was with me. I took her away. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. I'm sorry. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? Hashtag death. Detective, the truth is, she's dead. Sorayne is dead. She's been dead all this time. Your Honor, that's all I remember about the case. Now I understand why you've come to me here at these final crossroads, why you want me to remember the beginning and the end. You're the gatekeeper of time and space. I had put it completely out of my mind. Was I trying to forget those memories because I felt guilty? The man who took her never turned himself in, but I pretended it never happened. And the girl, she was already dead, but I pretended not to know. I'm sorry. Someone like me doesn't deserve peace. Ma'am, it's alright, don't be afraid. I don't care what you want to call me, but you have to know that this isn't the end of the road. You're not bound for hell or purgatory. Now think back. Sorayne disappeared from the playground, right? Playground is highlighted there, so it must be important. Try to recall everything you can about the location. I can see more fragments now. I see them. But they're so faint, like scars faded with age. No, you're doing great. Once you brought up the fragments, try connecting them together. Build a chain of recollections. Even a dried out ravine can be a river again when the waters return. Okay, so this is highlighted. Sorayne is gone, she was just at the playground. So I can click any of these 3 options. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it. That one doesn't seem very productive, because it's giving them the option to not say anything. Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Sorayne, or anything out of the ordinary? Okay, at least this one is directly asking the question. Again, was there anything unusual with... This one's the most direct, so I reckon I'll ask this one. Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Sorayne, or anything out of the ordinary? It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Sorayne would be at the playground, but when I got there I didn't see her. So I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came back downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Sorayne goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. I'll have a stern word with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. Wait, who said that? Alright. So these 2 have options as well. Oh, wait. Oh no. Did I pick the wrong one? Was it meant to be 1 each? I didn't know that. Damn it. No. Oh wait. Doesn't matter? It all seems to come back to the mother anyway. Alright. No, it was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays, and we go to the playground on weekends as a family. I guess that's their family there. We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Haijong has to take the kids on her own. Wait. Recently they've only been going to that one playground. Haijong said the kids asked to go there. Today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. The place is called Apollo. Silwan loves getting candy there. Okay. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? See if you can remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground. I heard you were all together there. Silwan, your mother, and you too, Myung Ho. I think these names are Korean. It's just a guess, just from the way that they're spelled, and I don't know how to describe it, but the way that the word is created, or I guess these names are. So you can kind of tell English names from like Chinese names, from like Japanese names, from Korean names. So English names would be very kind of Anglo-Saxon, for lack of a better word. I think that these are Korean. So my apologies if I butcher any names. I'm not trying to, I'm just an English speaker pleb who doesn't know any other languages. Yeah, we were all together. Think back to the testimonies about the playground. Who do you think those people were? People? These testimonies were all from one person, weren't they? Ma'am, life is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Your memories are scrambled and misaligned, but each fragment, each moment connects with another. Look at the connections closely and you'll figure out where the pieces belong. Who said these things and in what order? And then what? What does that change? Who knows? Maybe if you connect enough pieces, you might discover a key. A key that unlocks the face of the person putting the puzzle back together. Okay. About the gun. I'm so grateful to her. I had no idea she was keeping such a close eye on Silwan. There's something Silwan always says to me. Mommy's the saddest person in the world. She never says that when her father is around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Silwan genuinely thinks that way. She couldn't handle it otherwise. That's why she refuses to cry. Because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mom. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world, getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions. And that breaks my heart. when did Sorayne's mother leave you? We've been divorced for 5 or 6 years. I'm a monster, aren't I? Abandoning my wife when she needed me most. But at the time, I thought it was all for the best. That we'd reached our limit, that we'd only hurt each other if we kept on living like this. That's what I told myself. When our eyes met, I would face the emptiness inside, and it was excruciating, because I knew that void could never be filled. If only we could have cried it out together and kept each other going. But we struggled to help each other. We were making no progress at all. And one day, we realized that it hurt more to deal with our pain together than alone. So we chose to go our separate ways. That was our decision, to run away from our wounds instead of confronting them. To let the blade drop on the guillotine. I need a key to unlock this conversation. Keys are unlocked when I ordered the fragments correctly. So, we're slowly but surely putting the pieces all together. So there were issues with their family, and it seems like the mom and dad got a divorce. Okay. My throat kind of hurts on doing this route, so I'm gonna do the female one now. Oh, what's this? Wait. Oh, never mind, okay. Hello, ma'am. Senior Inspector Yong from the Hwamyong police station. You would be Sorayne's mother, correct? Yep. I'm just here to see Sorayne, if that's alright. Oh my gosh! You scared me, Detective. I was expecting the delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time? My daughter's taking a nap. She dozed off in front of the TV while I was washing the rice. I just tucked her in. Come inside, fast asleep, see? Oh, I suppose you can't really tell under that blanket. She must be tired, the poor thing. Sorayne and I were out and about all day yesterday. She slept in this morning too. I swear, kids grow up so fast. She's gotten so much taller that barely anything fits anymore. I had to do all of her shopping at once. First day of school is only a month away and there's so much to buy. Oh, I hope she wakes up soon so we can eat and get her uniform fitted. I'm sorry, Detective. You might have to wait a while before she wakes up. So, what brings you here? Rightio. What's this one? The key reason the English teacher needed funds. Funds? Ah, Sorayne's brother. So this is a new... Oh, I can't... Oh, yes I can. So if you click, you can drag and actually see everything together. That's really cool. Ah, so these are testimonies from everyone and you just have to piece it all together. Unhealthy snacks. Alright, I'll do the mother route just because it will be a bit easier on my throat. Okay, so I can't do any of these two because this one would be locked. I have to open the lock to connect this conversation. I have to open the lock to connect this conversation. Cool. Okay, so these two. How do you remember the time so precisely? How did Myung-ho feel? Yeah. Myung-ho, I think. So that's her brother. Sorayne's brother. How does he feel? Wait, can I not? Oh, do I need one of these hashtags to click on? Okay. Doorbell, playground. Okay, there we go. Does Sorayne have any favourite places near the playground? Somewhere she might have wandered off on her own to? Wait, wandered off to on her own? Has Sorayne ever wandered off alone before? Who's that? Is that the father? Wandered off? She didn't stroll anywhere. She didn't stroll away somewhere. She's been kidnapped. All possibilities are on the table, as if. Get off your chairs and do something. We're running out of time here. Mobilize the force. Get the cruisers on the streets. Anything. TikTok detective. Who knows what they're gonna do to her? And you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own? Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry, detective. I know you're doing everything you can. Thank you for telling me, Myung-ho. I heard you're in 5th grade at elementary school. With your height, I bet the girls won't leave you alone. You're very tall for your age. Is it something you take after your mom? Shit, he's a prepubescent. He's 5th grade. Would he wouldn't have like a... I take after her? Really? Am I really like her? Yeah, I can't do teenage boy voice. I can do super low manly voice, which is not super low because I'm high pitched as fuck. Or I do pop pop cheerio, super high pitched but like in the other direction. So I sound a little bit like Hermione Granger, but less refined and less intelligent. Ago. Okay. So I can click and drag down here. How do you remember the time so precisely? So that's time. How does Myung-ho feel? Okay. Must have been a big change for him. Your station searched the park in the neighbourhood, right, detective? The one with the pond? The weeping willow trees by the water. They're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myung-ho and Hae-jeong, and the trees reminded me of Myung-ho. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is he's the most unyielding boy you'll ever meet. For children, and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey. But I think Myung-ho's managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something he always carries around. Never leaves home without it. Well, no. Oh man, these paths are really long. Yes, I'd like to surrender to the police. Seems to be the culprit. He claims to be the culprit behind the disappearance. Soo-won's father has surrendered himself to us. No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. It was me, I made him do it. It was all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility. I have to open the lock. And there was another one. Up, up, up. Yep. Certificate of Familial Relations. Okay, so if you click on stuff, even if you can't unlock it, it still appears on this map here. Oh, that's pretty cool. 26 out of 54. And it seems like there are different conversations to be had. I'm not sure if there's multiple endings to this, or if it's just one story, like a linear path. But I'm really interested so far. It looks like it's interesting how there's different accounts to everything going on, and you get to hear all of these different accounts to try and understand and piece together everything, which I guess was the point of the ghost person, or the ghost person who kept changing titles, and the one who has all these memories and stuff. But it's an interesting way of doing it, because I don't think I've never done something like this before. I've done like Danganronpa, where you go for clues and have trials and stuff, and you go through discovering the murderers that way. But this is like, something's happened to this girl, clearly. And is she dead? Apparently, the name of the ghost when we first encountered them was Sorayne's ghost, but then their name kept changing, so honestly I don't know. But it's interesting to discover like what happened to her. And this whole hashtag thing is cool, because you can click on it and it links to something else, which is, I guess, similar to how you would use hashtags in real life. Also, stuff that you don't know yet or need other information or context for is locked, obviously, because otherwise if you could just answer this, then that kind of ruins it a little bit. So I do appreciate how things are locked as well, like you have to discover this thing and get this context before you can move forward. Yeah, I think it's really well made for an indie game, and if this studio does more stuff in the future, like, I'd love to play it. And I should probably finish this first. I like finishing games from start to finish. I tend to try and 100% them if it's a game that I really like and care about. Back when I was a little bit younger, I actually used to be an achievement hunter, like quite not super good at achievement hunting, but it was something that I enjoyed. Like, I definitely had like an achievement showcase on Steam and stuff like that, and it tried to get quite a high percentage on completion rates. But then over time, it just got a bit tedious, you know, like spending so much of your time playing these games that you might not even like, and you're not really interested in anymore. As you get older, I think, you start to realize how important time really is, and spending that with loved ones, hobbies, that kind of thing. So now I've toned it back to playing games that I want to play, 100% in games that I want to 100%, or something that I think is, you know, cool or interesting enough that I could spend time getting to 100% and not being, you know, like upset at wasting time or anything like that. Yeah, sorry for rambling. I just thought it was good to reflect a little bit and just appreciate that this came out of an indie studio, and we should probably support them. I should look them up on Steam and figure out like what who made this. I got best game. Somi. Somi is the developer and publisher, and this game came out this year on the 17th of January on Steam. So the tags are interactive fiction, puzzle, visual novel, and 2D. Yeah, I don't know, I have a good vibe from this game, so I like it so far. Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds to find Sorayne? We've received testimony that Sorayne is a regular at your stationery store. You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Sorayne was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, detective? Does the boy have something to do with this case? Is there anything new? Okay, no. Okay, and there's more stuff here. Caregiver, death hospital. Okay. Has your one ever wandered off alone before? Is that really possible? Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had CO1. I couldn't care for her because I was bedridden. But since we both spent so much time looking at the hospital ceiling, I thought I might be able to understand her better. Now though, I'm not so sure. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me Mom? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her. Is there a special meaning to CO1's name? Is there a special meaning to CO1's name? CO1 was born at 23 weeks. She weighed less than 700 grams. Okay, so 23 weeks is very early, by the way, just for context. An average pregnancy would be anywhere from like 40 weeks, maybe a little bit later, a little bit earlier. So average deviancy, standard deviation would probably be around 36 weeks if it's early and 42 if it's late. Usually they'd be out by then. I think 42 is quite long actually. She weighed less than 700 grams. What would the average be? Maybe like 1.2345? Actually, no, I have no idea. I'm just talking out my ass at this point. I know the weeks, I don't know the weights, sorry. Actually, it probably depends on the baby, like the parents and genetics and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop talking. I don't know anything about pregnancy other than like it takes a long time. Her mother had just come out of a C-section and was just about to be transferred to the ECU with the baby. C-section is the one where they cut the baby out of the stomach. But the nurse called for me. It was only for a few seconds, but she let me see CO1. CO1 reminded me of Thumbelina, a fragile, precious little princess nestled in a bright red flower. She was so light I could barely feel her in my arms. I was scared she might float away if I so much as breathed in her direction. The nurse told me to have a look, but I didn't know how. I could barely see through my tears. I couldn't even get a proper look at my precious baby girl. And then, the first thing I did after that confusing meeting... I registered her birth. I sprinted straight from the hospital to the City Hall registration desk. I didn't stop to catch my breath. Then I wrote down her name, Seo-won. That's Seo for rhinoceros and Won for origin. It's an unusual name, I know. At the time, I was thinking of the old saying about marching forward like the lone horn of the rhino. I thought of that strength. I put all my weight into each stroke of the pen, every last one, hoping that the fragile piece of paper might help her somehow, that it might help root her to life, like a powerful anchor that kept her moored to us. Okay, that's all locked. Okay, so I can't do name. Elementary school? Oh god, okay. You seem to know Seo-won's family well. Myung-ho's family, well, I've seen them since the children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myung-ho was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age, and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking out supplies for the younger kids, so I showed her to the shelves older children might like. She laughed and said he gets that a lot. Myung-ho is mature beyond his years, and I don't mean his looks. It's normal for kids his age to only think of themselves, but he's always hanging back and letting his sister spend all his pocket money. Oh, it's only that one. So some of them connect to other things, and then some of them... Okay. We've received testimony that Seo-won is a regular at your stationery store. Did anyone from her family drop in today, or Seo-won herself on her own? Today? No, not Seo-won, and not her brother either. May I ask what the police want to do with them? Wait. Oh, you're meant to be changing the people, aren't you? This guy has nothing to do with the store, it should be this person. Oh. May I ask what the police want with them? You're not the first to come looking for her today. Is this about Myung-ho's mother? The thing is, Myung-ho's only been coming with Seo-won these days. He used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her in quite a while. She doing alright? Oh, I'm silly. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Ah! So you're meant to be changing them and stuff as well. Okay. She's gone. She was out of the background. Oh! Seo-won, your mother, and you too. Oh, you too, Myung-ho. Oh, yeah! Oh, okay. Yeah, we were all together. I needed the money. Detective, she's dead. She's been dead this whole time. Everything he says is a lie. Okay. You would be inside. Let's go up. How do you remember the time? Okay. After I had her. Ah, yes. Thank you for telling me. I heard you're in 5th grade. Did I do something? Oh, I got a key? Ah, there's more people. Okay. My daughter came downstairs. So, Seo-won's, it's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure that she would be at the playground, but when I got there I didn't see her. My daughter took her along. Called you. So, Seo-won's mother was the one that called, and then the grandmother is the one that's like, ugh. Keep her. This case unsolved. She goes to garden. Has to take the kids on her own. Wait, they've gone to the other playground. Candy. Okay. Could you tell me now what happened when you last saw Seo-won? We used to always buy Seo-won candy from the stationery store on the way home, but we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Seo-won to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over. The stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear. I was only there for a bit and I ran back, but she wasn't there. I called her name like, Sorayne! But she didn't come, only Auntie did. I started crying, and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't with us. She told me not to say anything at all, just like that monkey we saw at the temple. Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I feel like that would be her brother. 'Cause Auntie. I don't think the dad would say that. Ah, yeah. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Young-ho. I don't mind waiting. But Young-ho, can you promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? Stay on the line. I'm on my way. Can you tell me what happened? I got a call from my mother. Sorayne's grandmother, she said. I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. A security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go and open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Sorayne somewhere so dangerous. I told her to go herself. She was so stubborn. Mom said that she could get to the playground and pick up Sorayne faster than she could get home, so I should rush over to her house and make sure everything was fine at her place, that she would be there soon. She said that made the most sense. She said she was going to wait for me with Sorayne outside the building. I went to Mom's house and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking on the stove, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows, but all I could think of was Sorayne, how glad I was that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place, and that the fire didn't get any worse. I ran back into the elevator. It was only a few minutes, I swear. I found Mom waiting for me outside the building, just like she promised. But when I asked her where Sorayne was, she said, I thought you took her with you. Detective, are you here yet? Okay. So this is a new person? Wait, okay. We need this. Because I feel like sleep is here. I see your mother has contacted you. It's exactly as you heard. Will you be coming to the police station together? That man was never one for prayer. No matter how deep he dug, he said the spade would never know the smell of the earth. He refused to pray even once as our baby lay sick in the hospital. That's why he doesn't understand. That prayer is one of the reasons we've been so blessed. All he ever did was get angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. He said he turned himself in. If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. He's been complaining since last summer about how he was having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule. I told him that it was a critical time in Sorayne's life that he had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father. Even now. I suppose he's still trying to change himself without even trying to pray. Oh, I think this is the mother. Whoops. Yep. Cool. Okay, that's a lot. City Hall, you said. That's a cool effect of just like everything connecting together. Okay, City Hall, you said. That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from the Huamyong City Hall Administrative Office. It's that time of year. 4 kids slated to start school this year in your district didn't show up to pre-entrance day. I'm just calling for your cooperation. We spoke with all their families over the phone. They all said they were on vacations overseas or busy with other things, that sort of thing. I mean, elementary school classes haven't even started yet, so I'm going to report that everything looks fine, but we do have to make sure that all the paperwork is there. We're working on the police assistance request forms right now. They'll say that local police stations dispatch personnel to all the absentees' household for welfare checkups at the school board's request. Imagine that, Chief. It's like a free bonus. And our compensation for external personnel requisition is pretty solid if you ask me. Once you get the forms, send us your personnel roster with their direct deposit information attached and we'll take care of things on this end. Okay, that was a lot. Is this a new person? Okay. Have to open the lock. Right, rightio. Oh god, this gets very big, doesn't it? Is that out of 54 entirely? Oh, I already found the fragments containing the clues. Search for the answer now. I don't want to do that one just yet because I don't want to get it wrong. I'm just gonna do... Who were you on the phone? Who were you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Well, our office isn't exactly well staffed, so I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Haijong on the afternoon of the 3rd? Employers complain if we check in too often, so we don't usually do that, and there's not much to call about in the afternoon. Wait a second. I see, I did call. But it wasn't for anything special. Is this gonna be, what was it now? A best caregiver award ceremony in the next few days? So we asked if she could make it like we had more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted to show. I think that was the gist of the call. I kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit event. You've talked to her, right? I can't even have a nice long chat. She's always cutting calls short, something about being too busy with the kids. Has she even come into the office recently? So what's this all about? I mean, as long as she's doing her job, right? But a police visit? Really? She's not exactly a slacker. What's going on here? She... So this is someone who works with them, but isn't Haijong. Okay, cool. Gosh. My throat hurts. But I mean, if I want to continue streaming as a thing, even regularly, I have to get used to it, I guess. Streamers can go on for like hours and hours. It's honestly kind of insane, their throat power. But then, maybe they take medicine for that, to make sure their vocal cords don't get fried? Can I do anything about that? Wait, does it tell you? Okay, so you have to click something for it to connect. You can't just click on the fragment. Right, gotcha. Can you tell me anything about Sorayne's life at kindergarten? I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone, Detective. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? Sorry, that wasn't a very smooth transition. I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything? I don't know if this will help, but, well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Sorayne is always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away from any of us teachers. At first I took her for a friendly child. Then I realized that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother. But she never asked where her mother was. Not that that's a problem, not at all. But, oh, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry or get angry or even frown. So I always feel like I want to keep a closer eye on her, make sure she's okay. She's gonna need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, but in a strangely fragile way. Does that make sense? Kindergarten. So there's probably a kindergarten teacher somewhere, right? That's not kindergarten. Oh, well, maybe. School supplies. That just seems like a department. Yes, caregiver reward. So this is the kindergarten teacher. But it doesn't... We haven't found the kindergarten teacher yet. I have no idea. Yeah, but there's no, at. Which is another thing I appreciate, because the at symbol is used constantly as well. My tag on everything is at Sorayne Lios. And here it's been used as like at Myung-ho, at whatever. So it's almost like mentioning them in a way. Do you really think he's a culprit? There's the at symbol again. It's all highlighted very well too. I'm a visual person, so the fact that it's all in kind of dark colours with white text contrast, it's in dark mode and I like that. Although I wouldn't be shocked if there was actually an option for light mode. I prefer dark mode though, it's less shining on my eyes. Ah yes, the admin person. Yeah. Oh! I've already found the day Sorayne disappeared. Birthday, death. Proof that the shopkeeper is lying. I've already found the fragments containing the clues. Okay. Have to unlock the lock for that conversation. I'm gonna do a few more of the blue ones, just because I really don't want to miss anything or get it wrong. Is there an option to save? Save and exit, but there's no, like save. Her brother is just Myung-ho. Yep. Cool. Eden. Oh, Eden! Kindergarten! Yeah! She started at Eden. Any of us teachers at first. It's not a problem. Okay, I'm gonna say kindergarten teacher. Yep. Yeah. Go me. I'm awesome. Alright. Leave this unsolved. Blah blah blah. You're in the force. I think that's him. Okay, so that's the dad. Death in the family? Okay, no, can't do anything with that. Divorced. Okay. We'll go here. Been divorced for about 5 or 6 years. Ah. Okay, so I can't change it while they're talking. I was a junior high school teacher all my career, ever since I finished teachers college and military service. But after the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs. And well, my income isn't particularly stable. I needed the money, I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap any child who seemed to be alone. I was there for more than 30 minutes and saw a girl playing by herself for a long time, so I lied to her. But once I brought her with me, I got scared. I didn't know how to even ask her parents for a ransom. This is how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop, nothing more. So this is the high school teacher guy. Oh, it shows you where it's flashing. Nice. Oh god, there's so much down here. You received the notice from the school board, correct? It says in our files that she didn't attend pre-entrance day. I'm just here to check in and make sure everything's alright. The world's a dangerous place these days. I've been told City Hall personnel have spoken with Seowon's grandmother already, but I just wanted to be sure. Is Seowon alright? Of course she is, Detective. You must have your hands full of checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see once she wakes up. Seowon's healthy as a horse now, she'll have no trouble going to school. All that time in the hospital was tough on her, but she's grown up so strong, I'm proud of her. Seowon's been no end of trouble since I was pregnant with her. I think she takes after her father. She was born premature. The doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup about how one thing could go wrong and then something else and on and on. I don't remember how many waivers and consent forms I had to sign. But I always knew she'd be alright, how those little hands were going to get bigger and stronger one day. No need to worry, I'm taking very good care of her. Seowon's father and I are no longer together, but my mother and I are doing our best to give her everything she needs. And I'll make sure she comes out to the first day of school. Thank you for checking in. I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, Detective? Okay, can't do anything there. Hospital. Okay, so I have to pick one of these. The day that she disappeared. Have you contacted Seowon's father? I keep calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for our birthdays. But this is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on that day that you came from the police station. Seowon's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. So I asked him if he'd come by and say hello. But he's heartless, that man. When was the last time you saw... Sorry, I forgot to read it because I don't know if it's connected to anything. Alright. When was the last time you saw Seowon's father? Do you call him often? Was What's that man got to do with Sorayne going missing? We cut off contact years ago. The nerve of him walking out after what happened to the girl. Detective, what I mean is, Sorayne was always sickly, but that man divorced my daughter, leaving her to care for the poor baby alone. Well, he's not the sort of man who would take her away from under her mother's nose. Please, it's nothing serious, Detective, really. Why is she so adamant that nothing happened? Okay. Divorce. Police visit. Go for the blue one, because the blue ones are easy, you just have to click on them. Was their song still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. Myung-ho said that he was with Yeowon the whole time, but he had no idea where she'd gone. So I scolded him, "You're not making any sense." I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him. Even though it's my fault Yeowon disappeared, I failed them both. Please don't ask Myung-ho for any information. He won't tell you anything. So that's the mother. Myung-ho. Yep. And the day? Okay, I think I have to start solving shit now. Oh, I don't want to. I just want it to be easy still. Okay, let's sort it out as best we can. So there's the father, the mother, the ex-English teacher, the brother. I still don't know who this is. Stationery store. Yeah, okay. This is just the guy from the stationery store. Absentee list. Caregiver employment. People report any of this? Okay, I have to open it. Phone? We received testimony that you spoke on the phone with a City Hall employee and told them Sorayne couldn't attend pre-entrance day for personal reasons. Do you live with your daughter? The pre-entrance day? What was it my daughter said now? A slide cold, I think. Yes. I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when that City Hall employee called. He asked me the same thing you did, Detective. So I think that she was doing well, that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. Detective, this is ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance at school. What are you interrogating me for? Yeah, time. Okay, time appears a lot. I'm gonna go here. How do you remember the time so precisely? My phone calls history. I never leave the children alone when we're out together, but then I got a phone call. I don't usually get calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. The first thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear, so I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, but she disappeared in less than that. I know because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. I don't know her? Oh, actually, yes. She had a mole. I'm going completely just by the profile picture. Alright. Ah, shit. I think that's everything. Okay. Business as usual. He's always hanging back. You seem to know Sorayne's family well. This person? I'm just gonna guess. I don't know for sure. That just doesn't seem like something the mum would say. Yeah, so it looks like the mom had a lot. Okay, so you can't just lie to her. It's okay if you don't want to talk. When you're ready to, please. It's not your fault. Okay. Oh, so I pick a thing. Proof that the shopkeeper is lying. Okay. Oh, so it tells you. So it tells you. It just says that if it's wrong. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. So there's no repercussions or anything. That's great. Okay. So we've received testimony that directly contradicts your claim, proof that the shopkeeper is lying. So basically, he's saying that he didn't see Seo-won and he didn't see her brother. Is this about Myung-ho's mother? He used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her for a while. So something that contradicts all that. Okay, so you can scroll. That helps quite a bit actually. Today, not Sorayne and not her brother. What? Oh, okay. Ah, awesome. So you have to find a lie. What is the correct date? Do I know that? Do I have to start guessing stuff now? The key reason that the English teacher needed funds. The key reason why he needed funds. That's stupid. Key reason. Wait, was he the one that got divorced? Because he couldn't afford the payments. Interesting. Okay. Already found the fragments. Myung-ho's testimony that shows his mixed feelings on So is it something that he said? See, now you remember someone turned himself in. But you're still suspicious of Seo-won's mother. Are you misremembering something? No, that's not it. My memories are hazy and out of order, but those were the exact conversations. Seo-won's father clearly said, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. That's why he wanted to keep the case unsolved. And there was more testimony. Alright then, let's start by looking for reasons to suspect Sorayne's mother. Your doubts about her will unveil more about your clouded memories. Your doubts about her will unveil more of your clouded memories, sorry. Because it's absolutely true that Sorayne's mother is the reason the girl went missing. Save that one for later, because that's a bit hard. Oh, okay. So is that the one I have to do first? Okay, that one is the most important one. Okay, fine. You're back, which means you're still searching, I take it. I tried to think of anyone suspicious I might have seen in the area, but nothing. But the truth is, well, yes, Myung-ho was here. I'm sorry for lying to you, I didn't think it was important. But you see, I didn't want you to think badly of Myung-ho. He's a good boy at heart. I'm very sorry, truly am. I should have told you up front. What time did he come to the store again? A little after 3:30, I believe. Well, nothing was out of the ordinary. He looked like he was in a rush, and when I asked, he only said he had to go back quick. He went straight to the usual candy shelf and picked out a bag, so I assumed it was for Sorayne. It's her favourite brand, you know, the pink candy that's so big your cheek puffs up like a squirrel. I told you before, Myung-ho is very mature for his years. But that day, I saw him squatting in front of the greeting cards shelf for a long time with the candy still in hand. Eventually, he came up to the counter and paid for the candy, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. Thought it was strange, so I went over to check the shelf, and well, one of the cards was gone. I was disappointed in the boy, of course, made up my mind to give him a stern talking to, but at the same time, well, I felt sorry for him. I can only imagine what went through his mind when he was squatting there in front of that shelf. What if I told you that there's no need for lying now? What if your lie is the bad kind, the kind that's only going to hurt Auntie and Sorayne? Why is not saying anything a lie? If I tell you, if I say what really happened, then Auntie sounds like the bad guy. But she's a good person. It's my fault, not Auntie's. It's all my fault. Alright guys, I think I have to leave it there for today. I've got a volleyball game to get to actually, so that's why today's stream is a little bit shorter than usual. But I will be coming back to this because I'm very interested to see what happened to Sorayne and how all of these stories interlink together. So I hope you guys will tune in next time as well. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. That's something I've been forgetting to say and it's annoying, but it works, so I'm gonna keep saying it. But thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.